Hey guys! This is going to be a new series I'm going to do a little bit. I don't know how often I'm going to do this, but every once in a while I'm just going to be breaking down basically some game film of a previous match. This one was tonight, I don't know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours ago. I'm going to try to do them fairly recently after I've done the match. That way they're pretty fresh in my mind and I remember exactly why I did everything I did. Because sometimes I go back and watch what I did and I'm like, what was I doing? Like sometimes it's something great and I'm like, how did I do that? And sometimes I'm doing something completely ridiculously stupid and it's just I missed one thing on my screen that was, ow. It's just I missed one thing on my screen that was entirely integral to the whole situation. But yeah, so this match, we ended up losing this match, I believe, in 4-4 overtime. But it was a fairly competitive match. It was a fun match. But I barricaded the walls on this room I'm in by that hallway. Let's rewind here real quick because I want to talk about why I barricaded these things. All right, there. Okay, barricaded those two walls in that room because I feel like they're super duper important. So those two walls back there, and these walls there. Those walls. Those are the two walls. Those and those back there are the most important walls in this entire room. Like those walls are outside facing right there. You don't get those, they can just come in from outside, you're done. And the other walls are right by a hallway that usually you're not going to have a roamer covering, and they're going to get the camera there, so unless you have a good valve cam spot or something, you're not going to have eyes out there, so you're going to want that as safe as you can get it. There's another wall in between, it's from that room to my left, where there's that desk, yeah, right there. That guy's barricading right now. That also should probably get barricaded just in case they get into this room. That room with the books there, but I mean that one's not as important. Here, right here is where I say, okay, so Pulse is gonna go out there. When he dies, we're gonna know where they're coming from, and give it like 3 to 5 seconds here. There you go. Okay, so I'm like, okay, well we know where they're coming from right down there. That's front door, so probably I'm gonna have company coming through that door sooner rather than later. And they always, I have never seen a team attack this room without opening that window in the corner of the objective where they're pretty secluded. So, yeah. And it's a glass. It's always a glass. Every time. So right here we're just basically setting up, preparing for a 4v5 because our Pulse ran out like a real smart guy. Right there I heard that was, I'm still fairly certain that was the wall to the left of that door, the wall in that room, sometimes the objective room. And I'm pretty sure that Twitch drone didn't see me, but I moved just in case it did. But I had to move right back because Josh just called out that there was a glass in that window where the smoke came from. Right here, I heard that break, I just spun and just, luckily, that guy was crouched and I was shooting right at where his head was. And I backed the ash off with that. Sometimes it's honestly just better, like, right here. I could have shot the drone. I probably should have shot the drone, but I didn't. I didn't do it because I didn't feel like wasting 54 bullets to shoot this Twitch drone when I could just throw an impact grenade and it was done. Because I mean, I'm already like pretty low health. That's just a couple bullets for smoke, So I didn't want him to take me down to like 28 while I'm faffing about trying to get him killed. So I'm just really trying to keep Ash back there. I probably should have been more careful with that smoke grenade, but I wanted to get back here so I could see as soon as that smoke went down. I ended up killing the glass there. I'm pretty sure it was glass. With that one, and then Ash peeked at the wrong time and just got wrecked. So yeah, down to a 4v2, and this is where I make my mistake. I should not be in this room right now. This is a poor decision because they can get in that room that I'm facing from a far angle. They can shoot right through the door, right through the computer monitor, and hit me in the head. That's something they could do. I've got a small angle here to where probably that's the Pulse sitting in front of us. They could probably run through that. Spoiler alert, they will, and I'm not going to kill them in time, or they're going to get into that. They're going to get to the office. They could also get in behind me and ruin my life, or they could blow up the floor thing I'm standing on and ruin my life. I shouldn't have moved in here. I should have stayed where I was, because that room there's one entrance I got to pay attention to really for that room. I could peek another entrance, but there's just one entrance. This is a mistake, and it ends up costing me. I move back, but I keep trying to peek this Jackal then, and it kills me. It's 30 seconds. Jackal has to come to me. Don't peek in this situation, especially when you're at 48 health, and the Jackal's probably around 70 or so, if I remember correctly, when he kills me, because I didn't hit him very much. Yeah, and I didn't even hit him at all in that engagement because he was just zip-zooping around a lot quicker. But we ended up winning this one. Teammates clutch it for me. So, yeah, that went okay. The next round went a lot better for me. Yeah, so all up until that last point, I feel like I played that round really well. But I moved in that room, that was just don't do that. Don't do that. My main goal with this series is going to be, I don't know, it's going to help me out for sure. Going through my game tape here and figuring out what I did right, what I did wrong, and learning from it. It'd be nice if it helped you guys out too, you know? Let me know. If this stuff's helping you out, let me know in the comments. I like to know that I'm being helpful. I'm by no means the best player to ever play this game, but I feel like I've got a pretty solid understanding of all the concepts and most of all the maps, honestly, as of now. This round went a lot better. I'm going to skip the prep phase here. I'm just going to do these 2 rounds because there are 2 good rounds back to back for me, but I feel like there are rounds I still have things to learn from. If anything, I can learn from, you know, A, my mistakes, or B, someone else's mistakes, and this other team made a lot of mistakes this round. So let's back it up here a little bit. Okay, right here. I just heard something right up there break. I'm not sure which door it is, which is why I come up here. Fun fact, when you're rappelling, if it's at all possible, make sure your rope is concealed behind a pole or a wall, because if you don't, you know exactly where your head's gonna pop up. Especially if you're not going upside down. Just play it safe. Keep your rope as concealed as you possibly can. And I did not see that Valcam, by the way. When I'm playing, there's a Valcam looking at me when I peeked that one area. Yeah, it's gonna look at me. It's gonna look at me one more again, and I don't see it. I didn't see it. There was no seeing it. But so right now, I know there's 2 guys below me. So I'm assuming that means there's probably only 1 person objective because there's gonna be 2 people down there, and probably we know there's people in this room. We know for a fact. Case of what? So we get 1 guy. I don't assume there's more than 1 in that room. More than 1 or 2. But then Josh is like, go to the left, go to the left. So I killed him, and there's a 3rd in that room. I don't know. I do not know why they were so hell-bent on keeping control of this room when it is not the objective room, and it's not even connected to the objective room. But they were. I can understand having 2 people in there. 2 people, understandable. It's a big room, and it is a pretty important room. But man, we ended up wiping them entirely because of this room. It went down to a 5v2 after we wrecked this guy in. Yeah, right there. That ended up being the guy that was behind the fridge, I believe. And I walked right into a frost trap like I always do, because I never look at the floor. Ever. I look at the floor when I come into a window. I look at the floor every time. I don't look at the floor when I go through a door. Ever. At any point. Right here, I'm really worried someone's going to peek me, because their frost is not dead. Their frost is the last one not ID'd. So I'm really scared the frost is going to peek me, but she doesn't end up doing it. I go to check behind the fridge and realize that it is indeed completely taken care of. That was the bandit. We're down to 30 seconds, so I'm like, we gotta rush. And I see someone in that room, which was their final mistake. Because at that point, I knew there's 1 person in objective room. And I'm in like full confidence mode here, where I'm like, 1v1 is mine. So I'm speaking too fast. No one can understand a word I'm saying when this happens, but I'm like, cover the door, I'm gonna claymore. It doesn't end up working that way because he gets killed before he can turn around, but it doesn't matter because they still died. So yeah, don't have 4 people outside the objective room, especially when it's down to 15 seconds, because like right here, as soon as I see this person in this room, I just disregard it. It's frost. I disregard them and I just sprint into the objective room because I know I can beat them there with this window. And there's 1 person in there. Ends up she's on a Valcam anyway, so she had 0% chance of killing me. And then Frost has to turn a 1v4 where she's the attacker and we're the defenders into a victory, and that's just not gonna happen. So yeah, that was, like I said, we ended up losing this this match 4-5. It was a good team. They had a good team. We have a good team. But I don't know how many kills I did with this one. I don't remember. I had a pretty good match, I feel like, overall. At the end of the day. What I end up with. Yeah, 17-6. I'll take that. 1 assist. What a team player I am. So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how often I'm gonna do this this series. Probably just some particularly cool matches I feel I have. Either like where I'm doing really well or where I'm doing really poorly. And I feel like if I look back at that stuff, I can learn from it, you can learn from it, we can all learn from it. We'll be better at the end of the day because of it. Everybody's gonna have a good time. So yeah. Anyways, as always, thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of these, more stuff like this, more game film, let me know. I'm perfectly fine doing it. It's, honestly, I'm already playing the game. I'm already recording every match. It's pretty easy for me to do. I can just sit here, talk at a microphone while watching gameplay of me. These videos will probably be kind of rambly from me. I don't have a script for these like I do every other video, so this is more just me having a stream of thoughts put towards you. But that's probably a better way to understand how my brain works when I play this game. Because when I'm sitting writing a script, I mean I'm just getting my thoughts out in the most concise and precise form available. My brain does not work in a concise or precise way. This is probably a more honest representation of how I think about things than in another video like where it's, you know, I'm working off a script pretty obviously. So yeah, anyways, as always, thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.